I think the reason I go so hard on black women is because I think they're the problem. I think if black women...
Oh, that's countable right there.
I know it. I know.
You're going there. You're going there.
I think if black women... I'm going there. Oh, yeah, I'm going there.
Okay,
I'm going there. I think if black women raised the standard, the men would comply, not follow. I don't want to use the word follow because men should be leaders, but it's more so that men... Y'all's like sexual nature is gonna always put you in a place where you're gonna do whatever the women allow for. Like, if the women are out here willing to have threesomes, willing to be eating ass and all this crazy stuff, you're probably gonna be like, well, shoot, if you freaked out like that, you freaked out. But if the women say, okay, we're not gonna do these things, we're gonna stop dating these switch boys and all this stuff, so y'all won't get no play because we're just gonna say we don't like that no more. Like, that's not. We want the men with 401ks, we want the men with business licenses or whatever. If they just do that, men naturally want, you know what I'm saying, the affection of women and the attention of women. Y'all peacock, it's a part of your nature. I think that we could change the paradigm.
I would agree, but the thing about human nature, most people like discipline. You know what type of discipline it would have to take for a woman to say, I'm not having sex with you unless you meet these criteria.
Right.
Like, that would take a lot of discipline. There'd be a lot of horny nights. But then again, I don't know, because I think it goes back to unlocking Pandora's box, because if you're a woman that you haven't been freaked out or like sexually active, then it'd probably be easier for you. But a person that has gotten a taste of, you know, a great sexual experience, you probably be horny late at night type. So, and I don't know. I want to speak for women, so I don't know how it is to be a woman and never having sex. Do women get horny or not? So I'm not speaking on that, but I'm just saying I know as a man, you know, I was horny all the time, even before having sex. Like, you wake up in the morning, you know, you picture the
yeah, like,
you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if women experience that.
Well, no, but I was gonna say that it was funny because me and my boyfriend were talking about that the other day. Like, I've always heard men say that when y'all were in school, like, y'all would have random like boners in school, and I just think that it's so awkward for y'all and unfortunate but funny.
Especially, like, I had a fine teacher. I'm gonna say this.
Oh God,
I had a fine teacher, 7th grade. Miss Willis. If y'all went to
why you say her name?
I'll put her name out there. Hey, if y'all watch this video, y'all make sure y'all share this video.
Yeah, make sure to like the video, guys.
Make sure y'all follow us on all pages. Chill Out J Podcast.
Yes.
And the New Normal Podcast. But Miss Willis, she was like, I'm gonna say she was probably mixed.
Really?
Black Hispanic, had this long hair. And I knew she was fine because I got in trouble at school one day. My daddy came down. She had just dyed her hair red, right? And my daddy was like, "That's your teacher?"
Oh, look, your daddy ain't even helping the situation.
And so she'd be right on the board. She had these tight jeans on, big old booty. No. She'd call you up, you know, Cedric, come and do this problem. Problem? Yeah, I got a problem, right? Like, man, I did that. The guys who would go to the doing class changes, we would be like, Miss Willis know our dick be hard than the motherfucker.
No.
Miss Willis know this shit. Like, why she calling us up here to the board like this? I'm talking about fine. Then I had another fine teacher, 8th grade, Miss Taylor.
You had fine teachers at the worst years, 7th and 8th grade.
Yeah,
those hormones had been raging.
Because when I was 20, I seen Miss Willis again. I mean, Miss Taylor again, and she was still fine. We was talking. She's like, hey. She's like, you was one of my students. When I was like, yeah. She's like, yeah. She's like, you growing to be a nice looking, strong man. Like,
oh my goodness.
Oh, Miss Willis, let me get you. I mean, Miss Taylor, let me get your number. She's like, okay. She's like, I'm going through a divorce, but you know, I was like, well, what you like to do? She's like, we can ride bikes or whatever. But the only thing I tell you is like, you know, I got young kids, you know. And I was like, I don't want to be nobody's stepdad.
Yeah, you were freaking 20.
Yeah, I'm trying to smash Miss Taylor. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, go ahead.
And so after that, we talked on the phone a couple of times, and then like she just blowing me off. So like we never transpired anything.
Listen, ladies, please. I have said this so many times, I will continue to say it. Anybody who's been following Chill Out Jay since it was the Tough Topics podcast, you will know that when it was Tough Topics, I focused a lot more on kind of like the relationship dynamic stuff. I've kind of segued more into politics. But ladies, listen, there is nothing more pathetic, and I do mean nothing more pathetic than being a freaky cougar. Like, that lets me know you have hit rock bottom. Cause you know,
if you're a cougar, you rock bottom.
Man, rock bottom. You know full well a 20-year-old dude ain't looking for nothing but a good time, and you know what I'm saying? You know that. So for you to put yourself in that predicament and to even suggest something remotely serious, like, you've got to the point where you're dating kids. If you're 20, you're a freaking kid. You can't do anything for me. That's I'm sorry, that's rock bottom.
So
wait. Well, hold on. Dating women is they interchangeable. I say women is totally rock bottom, and being a cougar is just a half step above that. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this: if you are pursuing a guy, let's say he's 20, you're 40, and you pursue a guy for strictly sex, I understand that,
right?
Because at 40 years old, that Peter Walker may not stand up like a 20-year-old.
For sure.
We're gonna agree. All right.
But think about it, even to that point. If you're 40 and unmarried, the only acceptable is if you were like a widow or something. But if you're 40, you should have your husband. And we hope people ain't cheating on their spouses. Like if that's the premise of what you were saying.
I'm gonna say something controversial. I think, especially in our community, the Black community, I think the women know that they they're only good for sex.
You know, maybe that's what it is. Maybe deep down they understand that they're not marriage material, and that's why they don't even bother.
Yeah, I think that's where it is. And like I said, even when I watch video from like 1970s, when you have all these Black women gathered around, they're doing an interview, and the white man asks, "Why don't you want to be with the father?" And the woman says, "Well, I don't want to take care of the baby and the father."
Right.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
Say that because you was taking care of him before the baby, but now the baby come, you don't want to take care of him and the father, and you were going to cook,
right?
You're going to clean. You're still going to have sex, even if it's not with him. You're going to have sex.
You be having sex with somebody.
Things you said you don't want to do, you're still going to do with someone else, which is crazy for someone to just be like, "Oh, the baby's here. We're not going to do this anymore."
Well, you know, we have to realize too that the Black community is suffering from, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure what to call it, but the reason I go so hard on the Black community is because it's that, and it's this sort of like, I'm gonna take it a little deeper. It's a huge spiritual issue. Yeah. The fact that we really do not care about the well-being of our youth, like, and you can tell we don't. Like, the fact that there are Black women, I see it every single day. They make jokes about getting abortions. Abortions should be rare and discreet if they happen at all, which of course, I don't agree with abortion at all, but I understand they will happen, but they should be rare and discreet. Not, "Hey, y'all, deleted fetus. You know I'm getting rid of this baby on Thursday, y'all. Y'all turn up. I'll be out Saturday." Like, that's abhorrent. And that is so common. It's not even like, oh, you'll find one or two women that act like this. And the worst thing about you women is that the ones of you that would consider yourselves to be the good ones, I've seen some of you that are married women, your teachers, your principals, and you co-sign that stuff because you have this like weird need to fit into some sisterhood, and you place that above the well-being of the generations coming up under us. That is despicable. And that's why I kind of feel like some people kind of get what they deserve in this sort of social climate.
I do think people get what they deserve. Also, I'm going to say the sisterhood shit is a lie.
Yeah.
We know that. They try to act like it, but the sisterhood is based on fear. The reason I'm going to say that is the reason that y'all, especially women and especially Black women, the reason y'all have this camaraderie, this quote unquote solidarity with each other, because y'all scared of one another. You're not going to check another woman about her doing wrong. And I see so many women that, now ask my wife, I said, if you see another Black woman doing some bullshit that you don't agree with, why y'all don't check it? Because if I see a nigga, like if I'm my friends, it ain't gotta be a stranger, just my friends. Yeah. Hey, bro, you wrong for that. Or if like we've had conversations where a dude have been in a relationship and I done seen other men check, hey man, you got a good girl at home. Why are you doing it?
Right.
Whereas I've been on trips like to New Orleans or in Florida, where I'm on a guy's trip. They on a girl's trip. We meet this group of girls, right? And then a girl be like, "Yeah, I got a nigga," or have a wedding ring on, and the girl be like, "Girl, turn up." They at the club taking shots. Like, they just so wide, man. I done seen dudes be on guys trips. Hey, bro, you know you got a good girl at home. She find out, bro, because we understand logic. Like, why would you risk that for this rat? Whereas women, like, I'm gonna risk it no matter what because I'm looking for a good time, no matter